Hey, it's Retro, and today we're going to be talking about a woman who wants to make a sex ed camp for all ages. And yes, you're probably thinking it does include minors, people under the age of 18. So this woman wants to teach sex ed to a bunch of minors. It could be 10 years old, it could be 16 years old, anyone. You could probably already see the problem I have with this. But before I get into the topic, I want to admit this is a stolen topic. I saw a video by another commentary YouTuber. His name is Sensitive Society, a way more popular YouTuber than I am. But I watched one of his videos talking about this woman, and I really wanted to make a video on it. I don't normally try to steal people ideas, but just this one caught my eye, so that I'm making this video for. I'm gonna leave a link in the description to his original video if you want to see his perspective on it and also to give credit for his video. So yeah, you could check it out if you want. Anyways, with that said, let me actually get into the topic now. So originally it was a video about this woman talking about the camp, but also I found an article online talking about it. So let me just read it out. The principals of queer theory have escaped from the college campus and made their way into a summer camp for children in rural Kentucky. Last year, a non-profit coalition called Sexy Sex Ed organized a series of sexy summer camp events targeted towards minors that include lessons on sex liberation, gender exploration, BDSM, being a sex worker, self-managed abortions, and sexual activity while using lithic and illicit drugs. Wow, what a fun time, right? But in all seriousness, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you teaching this to minors? And they don't just say like teenagers, they say any age that is a minor. So anybody between like 1 year old, I guessing, to like 18 or even younger than that, probably. Like, when I first heard about this, I couldn't believe this was fucking real, man. Because look, right, there are already sex ed teachings in high schools. And that's when children need to know about sex ed stuff, is when they're going through puberty. You can't be teaching a bunch of like small children, like 5 years old and 10 years old, about sex ed. And even then, half of the shit that they're talking about here isn't even taught in high school sex ed. They don't talk about BDSM, so they want to teach small children under the age of like 10 a bunch of stuff that not even high school students knows as yet. Because I had to go through sex ed and they wasn't teaching any of this shit that they're talking about here. The worst part about all of this is the fact that they had to get this approved by someone. So someone in the Ministry of Education in Kentucky approved of this being a thing and okay with this as something. Like, how is that even possible? Like, I can't even imagine the mentality of a person who would approve something like this. Hello, Minister of Education. Yes, hello, please come in. So I heard that you wanted to approve a camp. Yes, Minister of Education. So what I want to do is I want to teach a bunch of underage children about sex. Well, what do you mean by that, ma'am? Oh, you know the normal stuff, we go talk about BDSM and abortions and using drugs while having sex, the compulsory stuff that everybody needs to know about. Ma'am, are you a pedophile? Oh, no, no, sir. I'm not a pedophile. I just really love teaching children about having sex. Well, I don't see any problem with this, ma'am, so you could go ahead and run your sex ed camp in Kentucky. I will get that approved for you. Oh my gosh, really? So I could touch all the children I want? Ma'am, what did you just say? Oh, did I say touch children? I mean, I can't wait to teach the children about sex, Everyone needs to know about it. Anyways, with that cringy skit out of the way, I have one last thing to show you. So the woman who actually trying to make this entire sex ed thing happen actually made a video on YouTube. So I'm gonna play it now and talk about it.
That's how we should, like get down with yourself, explore your own body. Masturbation is really healthy.
Okay, first thing, woman, masturbation is not healthy for you. Maybe emotionally, but definitely not physically. What I think happened is that you went into a back alley and you saw a homeless person jerking off by himself, and then he told you that masturbation was very healthy for you. And I think that is where you got the information from.
And I recommend it to people of all ages. All ages.
Shut your fucking mouth about all ages, right? Because no 6-year old, no 5-year old, no 4-year old gonna be jerking off woman. So yeah, it's not for all ages, right?
As soon as my nephews could talk, they were doing that. That's what they were doing. Kids touch themselves.
What kind of fucked up nephews you have, woman? As soon as they could talk, they were jerking off. If they were jerking off at such a young age, they wouldn't be doing it just to do it, right? They probably saw it on a TV show or a movie or something on TV, and then they were just imitating it. They wouldn't just be doing it for no reason.
Kids start to ask questions, and we teach them the language for their bodies, right? That's your nose, touch your nose, show Aunt T, you can touch your nose. But my sister's not saying that when they're tugging at their penis, right? But it feels good, right?
Oh, Christ have mercy, please shut up. I literally felt like to vomit after you said that sentence. Please don't ever do that again.
We have to learn ways to talk to young people about this so that they know how to explore their body consensually so that it's not in public, right? We don't want people exploring their bodies in public. That's not consensual.
In my years of living on this earth, I have never seen just out of nowhere a child just pull on the pants and just start jerking off in public. Like nobody does that, right? So this argument that they're trying to say that you need to teach your children before they do it in public just doesn't make any sense because no child ever masturbates in public.
But exploring your body at any age, grandmas, grandpas, all of us.
Okay, woman, it does make no sense at this point, right? Because if it's a grandma, grandpa, you obviously know how to jerk off, right? If it's that old, you know how to jerk off. There's no way some old person just doesn't know that shit, right? So there's no reason to teach an old person how to jerk off. This whole sex ed thing just doesn't make any sense because she wants to teach young children too young to even understand what they are doing, and also she wants to teach old people who I guarantee already knows how to jerk off and masturbate and all that shit. So it is not beneficial to anyone, right? So I don't understand why she's trying to do this for. Not trying to accuse this woman of being a pedophile or anything, but just seems like something a pedophile would do just to lure children in because the way she's presenting this information just doesn't make any sense. Anyways, that was the end of the video. I have to go now before I get late to my sex ed camp in the middle of the forest and be taught how to jerk off by a middle-aged woman. Bye, see you next week.